I wanted to build a function generator that would allow me to use up to 100 kHz, up 20 volts peak to peak, and providing an offset feature. And while I was on evaluating the needed features, I decided that having a sweep function and a random function would come in handy as well. After some research, it was obvious I would have to go down the digital path. So, I built a DDS function generator. I based my work on the job done by the YouTuber Great Scott. After walking through his work, it was time to create a circuit in KiCad, purchase all the components I had not laying around, and putting together a first version on a breadboard. After some smaller changes, I got my version ready. So I etched a PCB, soldered the parts onto it, built a case in Fusion 360 and started my Prusa 3D printer to print the case. I decided to use an S32 microcontroller, an OLED display, a rotary encoder and 2 potentiometers to control the function generator. So I sat down and wrote the software. I wanted to have the ability to remotely update the firmware. I hooked the S to my WLAN, and since it was online now, I added some MQTT features for receiving the status in Home Assistant. Later on, I want to write a small app to make the settings from remote without fiddling with the rotary encoder. When I was selecting the items to purchase, I took care to create a good, linear, almost free of noise power supply. To reach my goal of 20 volts peak to peak, I had to amplify the signal. So I chose a transformer which was able to deliver plus and minus 15 volts. Take care when working with mains voltage. I was putting the power supply on a perf board. I made sure to isolate the main circuit from all other very carefully. In version 2 of the project, I want to add a numerical keypad for input of numbers. A bigger display would be great to have as well. But this is a topic for a later version of my function generator. So far, I am really pleased with how it turned out. You can find a link to more details in the video description. I really hope you can pull some ideas off this little project for your own DI projects.